implement a lot of these new overlays and stuff like that next season. But I'm just trying to show you right now what we have. If it does change at any time, I'll give you an update and I'll let you know. I'll just jump in here. So starting off, if you go into the prod announcements or prod info, I believe, there's going to be a Google Drive link that's this production graphics. What you want to do first is download this. So you just click on that, you click download. It is still downloading for me. It will give you some, I was trying to download this before, I guess it didn't go through all the way, but it's going to give you some zipped files. If you have WinRAR, you can just right click it and then unzip it, extract it to just any specific folder. I currently have it on, let's see, not this. Go. I have a folder right here that's basically everything. Prod graphics. Yeah, so when you extract it, it'll be kind of like this. You'll have one folder here. This is exactly what it is on this Google Drive. So it's every single folder, and then there's stuff that's outside of the folder. You'll get this. A lot of the stuff should pull directly from this window here. If it doesn't, the breakdown is, what was this? Basically the name of the channel here is going to coincide with the name of a folder. So break screen, you have break screen, next map, game, and game, and then maps. It's one of these three, either map score, next map, or map videos. Actually no, next maps is something. So it'd be map score, map videos. I'll show you where this is, but I just want to make sure everyone knows how to download this. You just right click on the folder. If you have WinRAR, right click and extract it. If you don't, you can either download WinRAR, it's free to download, or you can get any other sort of program that can extract zip files. So going into this, I just want to bring this to your attention first. Start screen and desk are not finished yet. Just ignore those. Break screen, again, it should automatically update when you import the channel. I'll show you how to do that too. Break screen, you should have left score, right score, which is these two scores up here right below the logos. You should have this image slideshow, which is all of our merch on the Aurora website. The break screen is just these socials and then the QR code here. The break video is this one of the background where it's all of the heroes that are like rotating through. And then application audio capture. Open this up real quick. So you basically can connect it to Spotify. I think it should automatically be, but if it's not, you click this window here and then click Spotify. We've been listening to The Purist 2, which is HV's Spotify channel, because we have permission to. If you want to, I guess you could play other music, just make sure it's not DMCA or copyright. The Purist 2 is like safe. So you can just do this. You can either make like a playlist of it, or you can go to his channel and just have it cycling through. So that's how you get that. Looking over at this mixer here, desktop audio, I guess you can turn that up. I don't have anything running right now. This captures the game audio, and it also captures your casters. So you're going to be in a voice channel with your casters. If this is up, just look at these lines here. You can't really see it right now. Make sure it's not in the red. You can have it touching the yellow every once in a while. So make sure your casters aren't too loud. Make sure the game isn't too loud, but also make sure it's picking it up. When you're in a break or your casters are no longer talking, you bring your desktop audio right back down to 0, and it doesn't pick up anything. But when you do that, make sure you bring your audio application back up. So this is the Spotify playing and no casters. You turn this down, bring your desktop audio back up. Now there's no Spotify audio and there is the casters. So based on what who is talking or where you are in the series, you can mute your casters, play the music. Or if you really wanted to, if you don't want to stress about this, you can just not have music playing and just bring your casters up. When they stop talking, bring them back down. On this actual screen, most of it you won't have to touch. The only things you'll have to worry about are left and right score. Let's see, it's this. Yes, we will send you new files. We will go in and edit the the images. So right now this is on Vanillas versus Ballers. If we have like the Penguinos versus the Sith is coming up, we'll just make a new background here and we'll send it to you. You just click this, you browse, and then you just click whatever file you wanted to replace it with. But we'll send that to you, so you don't have to worry about that. The only thing you have to worry about here is right score and left score. This will come up in a couple of different channels here. What it is this is connected to a text file. So what you need to do is you need to open up any sort of like text program like Microsoft Word. I personally am using Notepad here. So I'll bring it over. I guess it's open on the other window over here. So you literally make a notepad, you call it left score, and you just write 0 there, and then File, Save, or Control S. When you go into your stream, click Read from File, and then for some reason it's not letting me browse, but you'd click Browse, and then you would find this left score wherever it got saved at, and you would select that. So the reason this is good is you see how it's set to 0 right now? If you set it to 1, and you press Control S, it takes a little bit. This should just pop to 1. The reason this is good is because also in our in-game screen here, it updates the score here too. So you don't have to go in, edit this score, go in here, edit this score. You just open up the WordPad, you change the score, Control S, and then everything's fixed. You're only gonna have to do this once for each side per map. So let's say, for example, let me set this back to 0. Let's say, for example, you've just finished the first map. The Vanillas have won. So what you do is you can click over to break screen. So it's going to be showing this. It's going to say 0, 0. Click left score, 1, or less. And then now you're on this break screen. This is a good one to have anytime the game isn't running. If you're having trouble like balancing between the different maps, the only two you really have to worry about is this break screen and this end-game screen right here. So jumping over, this next map is another one that's not that bad. It took a while to load in. So what you have here is it's going to be the next map. You're going to have a video of the next map, and then you're going to have who it's selected by. When I send it over, again, this is another thing where you're going to have to update it. Right now I have it as the Vanillas versus the Ballers. So you double click on whatever team you want to change. So let's say you want to do the Ballers versus the Monks or whatever. So you double click on the Vanillas, browse, click the Monks. So here, let me put that. Go. So if you noticed, this is smaller. Every team logo is a different size. So what you're gonna have to do every time, when you pull in a new logo, you drag it over to the corner, you hit Shift, and then you drag to whatever size you want. You just put that in the selected by, and then you're done. So whatever teams you want to do that for each of your teams. So if you wanted to change the Ballers too, double click on that, browse. Oh, and this is another thing that here, probably go to the actual folder. Prod graphics. This is going to be in team logos. So team logos, season 3s. It's not showing right now, but this is every single transparent PNG of every team's logo. So you click whatever team you want, it'll pull in, you resize it. So here, let me bring back the Vanillas, because I think that's going to be the next game that gets streamed. Vanillas. And see, again, now it's too big. So now what you want to do, put it on that corner, Shift, drag. So and then this Aurora one, we're not going to need this for the playoffs right now because there's going to be a team picking. But we only use this like if it's the regular season and you're starting on Ilios or something like that. Neither of the teams selected it, so we just say selected by Aurora and we play the Ilios. Since this one here is going to be the Vanillas pick because they have the higher seed. Selected by Vanillas. Don't change color block, don't change overlay, don't change sublist. Those should all come in. You double click on map video, you click browse. Also in the old ones, so go back to prod graphics. It's going to be under map videos. So this is another one that's a little weird. We are missing Suravasa, New Junk City, both the Flashpoint maps, and Samoa. Those are not on here yet. So So if they do pick that map, just keep it on break screen. If they pick that map, you can just have it here because we don't have a thing for it. So you click, and let's say they play Ilios for map 1. So you double click on map video, double click browse, go to that window, and then click Ilios. Now it's playing the Ilios video, selected by the vanillas. This, again, this should come in when you import it. If it doesn't, let me know. But other than that, break screen is good. Next map is good. In-game, this is a little weird, but it's not that bad. So again, we're going to give you these graphics for... this is right. So we're going to give you the graphics for the side. So the one that says like #1 vanillas. This blank one here on the left and the right side. And then the scores should come with it. But again, this is going to be the scores from this notepad we did earlier. So yeah, again, just to update that over here, it should update the scores in-game and on that break screen. The only thing that's kind of weird here is this left side and right side. We've started doing this recently. This is a bad example here because it's Koth. So on Koth, you're going to have neither. So what you do is you click on these eyes to show it and to hide it. So right now they're shown. This is attack. This is defense. We're going into Koth. You would do this on Koth, Flashpoint, and Push. When you're playing on those maps that don't really have an attacker, just click the eye. They just go away. They're just going to be blank. That's fine. The other thing that you have to do with these settings, we're going to go to hotkeys. And then you have to go to, these are technically slideshows. They're not images. So what you do is you click right side. You have to put any sort of keybind on your computer to go to the next slide. So right now I have it as numpad 9. And then you want to get that exact same keybind for the left side. This is also numpad 9. What you do is here, I'll click numpad 9 and look at these. Right now vanillas are attacking, ballers are defending. You hit 9. Now ballers are attacking, vanillas are defending. So if you're going to like King's Row, like let's say King's Row, ballers are attacking first. They complete their attack. You hit 9. Now the vanillas are attacking. It makes it a little bit easier to keep track because normally it would just say like attack objective A, but it doesn't tell you which team is attacking. So this helps kind of keep track of it a little bit more. And then again, when you're going to like Koth or Push or Flashpoint, hide it. And it's perfectly fine. There's nothing there. That's fine. That is pretty much all you're going to have to do on here. The game should be picking up your Overwatch. Left and right headers we're going to send to you, so we'll show you when to import it, and then the scores will update themselves. So those are all good. This is probably the hardest. If you're having trouble understanding this maps, you can just go to break screen. Like if you want to, you can just alternate between these. This is in game. Go to break screen. Mute your casters. Turn up your music. Go back in game. Turn up your casters. Mute your music. Actually, you won't even need to mute your music because it's not even here. So just turn up your casters here. But yeah, maps, it's really good to have. But it does get very confusing very quickly. So what we have is we have folders for every map. You see how map 2, 3, 4, and 5 are muted? That's why they're gray. So by the end, if it's a 5-map series, you turn all of them on. Every single team has played a map. The map here is all showing up. And then you just go back to this. This is the one time, well, come on, there you go. This is the one time I prefer to be in studio mode. I haven't really touched on that. Studio mode is a good thing to have. You can usually jump between editor and studio mode. The main thing with editor is you make the edits automatically to go through. Studio mode, see how it says edit in live? This is when it actually updates. On the live screen is whenever this changes here, that's when the actual stream will update. So what you can do here that's really helpful, especially on this screen, is you click the folder right here to open up map 1. It's not going to be King's Row, so I had this set up before. Let's say the score on King's Row is 2-0. Or let's say the score on map 1 is 2-0. So you change the score 2-0. The map name let's just say they have just played Ilios. So double click that, type in Ilios. Now you see how, this is the reason I said it was kind of difficult here. You see how when I typed Ilios, it's staying at the same spot that King's Row was at. So what you need to do, click on map name, right click, transform, edit transform. Kind of have to mess with this. So this is why I like being in this editor to actually do stuff. So let's say move it over to 80. You see how that's still not quite lined up. So let's say 90. It's still not quite lined up. 100. Maybe a little bit more. 110. 110 is pretty good. You kind of just have to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I could probably move it over a little bit more if I want to. Yeah, let me just move it a little bit more. So yeah, you can kind of mess with it. 120. Looks pretty good. So you've updated the score, you've updated the name. The scorecard is the one that says Ballers. There's also a slight color that'll just kind of help you see. Again, you double click, browse. For some reason these aren't loading here, but it's under map score, and then you just click the winner. So let's say the Vanilla's won. It updates Vanilla's logo, and it updates to be red. So Vanilla's won, map is Ilios, it's 2-0. The only thing we're missing is this King's Row thing that's scrolling through. We'll click on that, browse, change it to Ilios. So now this is exactly what you get. You get Vanilla's 1-2-0 Ilios, and then you get to see the little graphic there. Once you do that, this is done. Close that. And if you want to, you can open up map 2, because you know map 2 is coming up next. So you can just have it open and prepped for that. And this is the same thing I showed. So while I was editing this, it stayed on Ballers, it stayed on 2-1. So this is what the stream would actually be seeing. And now that I click transition, now the stream is updated to say Vanilla's 1, Ilios 2-0. As you go through this, what I think works really well is, like, let's say you're back in the game, or you're on the break screen or something like that. When you go to the break screen, since you don't have this pulled up yet, you click the eye on map 2. Everything here is updated. When you have the folder closed and you click the eye, this will mute everything in the folder. And I think you can do it when it's open too, yeah. That's just a lot easier to click the folder than to go through, show this, show this, show this, show this. There also is a bug I have noticed. I don't know if you can see it here. The video has not updated. I don't know if there's a way to fix it. Also got messed up a little bit. Undo that. Okay. Yeah, there is a bug that happens with this sometimes. I'm not quite sure how to fix it yet. If you do see it come up, again, just go back to that break screen. The break screen is perfectly fine to just have on. Oh yeah, that's what it is. For some reason, it updates when you transition. But like, if you go from that, when you go like over here, for some reason, sometimes it doesn't load anything until you transition. So I guess if you need to, you can like edit everything here. Yeah. So like if you really need to, you can like, I guess what you could do actually is, this is just map 1, everything else should be grayed. You can transition so it shows this. Go and this is when you edit everything here. So it's not showing the map video, but then when you transition, it should just pop up here. So that does happen. If it does happen, you can just do that eye on whatever map you're working on putting in, transition, and it will get like this blank thing here. If it's on this for a little bit and it hasn't updated the map, again, that's fine. I think it only will do that if your live screen is different than the maps. It just, for some reason, these videos don't load in. But once you transition, it should go through. Let's see. Other than that, let me think if there's anything else I'm forgetting. We did all these. Again, you set that hotkey to have it scroll. Right now they are, have it scroll there. There might be issues that come up when you actually go to import it. make sure you download that prod graphics file before you download the overlays, because it might not come in. And then even if stuff isn't like actually updating here, you could just go find it in the so like click on whatever you need. I think they're all labeled pretty well, so you can kind of understand what everything is. So if there are any issues with this, I've never used the import function of this, so it might not be as good as I think it is. If there are any issues, let me know, and I'll try my best to help you out. Other than that, I think that's the basics here. When I get the desk and the start screen updated, I'll be sure to let you guys know. If I do have any further updates on this, I'll also be sure to either make a new video or actually like make an announcement for it. You can also use that that Google Docs that Booney put out that also has a lot of really good information. So feel free to either look at that or check with me, Booney, Riddle. I think all of us will be able to help you out, but I think that should be okay, at least for now. But yeah, just let me know if there's anything else you guys need. Thanks.